Welcome, Leo. Welcome to your last 2 weeks of August read-in. We're going to see what to expect in love. And I'll look at Aries through Pisces, the person on your mind. I'll see their thoughts, feelings, or any actions towards you. And a bonus yes, no at the end if you listen all the way through. And you have a question on your mind, I'll pull a card for you. Make sure to say happy birthday to yourself. We still have a little bit of time left, and you can win a personal read-in. So let's see what's in the cards for you for the next 2 weeks, what to expect and love. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hello. All right, let's see. Leo. Three, is that a five? That's a 5 of wands. I need my glasses. 5 of wands, right? So some challenges, right? Dealing with some challenges, dealing with some heat, dealing with some activity, right? Hi, right? But it can be good. It means we can get, we're getting through something. All right, looks like something's showing up for you in a partnership or a relationship where, it just feels like, you're fixing something. You got to always fix something, or, we're squabbling about something, and this is the time. We got to figure out what this is, what's going on here, and can we get to that 6 of wands? Can we be done with this? Can we finish this? Can we resolve this issue? I see the 2 of Pentacles. All right, so it looks like the energy of what's coming towards you is a decision. We got to compromise here. It really does feel like, you both want something from one another. You both want to make this work, but also at the same time, it seems like we've got a lot going on and we can't seem to get on the same page at times. It gets a little overwhelming. There's a lot of push-pull energy here. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of, we both see potential in this relationship. Or we see potential, coming, for us to go somewhere. But for some reason, we can't seem to compromise on what's next. What do we do next? How do we fix this? How do we get going? Now, for some of you, the 2 of Pentacles, what's coming next is you might be, taking action towards making a decision about where relationship's going as well, too. We might finally be making plans, all right? So it's a good energy, but it does show that there is going to be some challenges when it comes to the schedule, the date, working with one another, making plans together and both being on the same page about where it goes. So let's see your energy and your obstacle. We have the 5 of Swords. So we got some 5s showing up for you. Let me roll the dice for you before I go any further. I have 1 and 3. And I have Aries, Gemini, and Taurus, right? So it can be one of those signs. And it's like you have 1 and then you have a 3 and then you have the number 2 here for the energy. So it's like, you're really at the beginning of this situation where it's like, we got to get this started. We got to get this going. So I'm trying to figure out, there's a lot weighing on your head. There's a lot on your mind here. Right? It seems like there's disappointment or constant frustration when trying to figure out something. The obstacle is the World card. It's like you feel like, something, we have to find closure. We have to figure something out, travel, move forward. You're ready for something new. You're ready for the next step and you're ready for movement. But it feels like you keep spinning your wheels around in circles. And either you're fighting, getting something off your chest. You're trying to compromise. You're trying to get along. You're trying to solve problems. Maybe you've taken on too much. It seems like you're really trying to make something work. But the 5 of Swords is telling me that you're starting to feel defeated, right? It just feels like everybody or the people around you, and it could be several people. It could be several people that you're talking to, or, the person that you live with, or, it just feels like, are you guys all going to work against me? I'm trying to show you which way to go. I'm trying to show you, I'm trying to make it work. It's like you've taken on some obstacles here. You've got some things, but the beauty of this is that 2 of Pentacles is saying you got this. There's a way around this. There's a way you can pull through this. There's a way you guys can figure this out and make it work. But it also depends on the kind of circus you're in too, right? If you're in a circus, And this is a circus that you've been trying to fix for a long time, right? That's where you might have to make a decision and say, this is just not my circus anymore. I just can't do this anymore. And that world card can be you saying, we've got to move on, or, I've got to start something new. I'm already I've reached my limits. I've reached my limits. All right. So let's see the energy coming towards you in the person. We have the Three of Cups. All right. So you do have a lot of love and support around you. Their obstacle, the Fool card. It seems like you're dealing with somebody that might be stuck. Isn't comfortable with new experiences, maybe lacks commitment, lacks follow through. They say one thing, and then it doesn't go anywhere, or you feel like you pick up the pieces, or somebody's just stuck on something. And it can be, the Fool card. It's like, let's go somewhere new, let's try something new, let's take this relationship to the next level, or let's see where this journey takes us. And, your person, though, it seems like the Three of Cups, I've got a lot of love for you. I really like being around you. And I see potential for this to turn into something more. But their obstacle is this person literally wants to know, or wants to be able to figure out every step of the way. They want to plan everything before it even happens. Or they have everything already figured out in their head, the way something's going to go. And it feels like they lack faith. Your person lacks faith in, things moving forward, and trust, and just, going with the flow here. And it seems like you've been there, you're in this place where you're like, it's time for something new. It's time to go on a new adventure, do something different, try something, a new way of being. But you're fighting somebody. It's like you're trying to pull, a wild horse, and you're trying to tame somebody here that is really, really stuck and fearful, right, of what could possibly happen next. It's like, so you're needing to constantly navigate this energy. I've got the answers. Every time we think we're moving forward, it seems like we're stopping. Every time it seems like everything's okay, it seems like another problem comes up. Every time, where I'm in a good place, all of a sudden, there's some tension. There's something we got to figure out. There's something we got to work through. There's something we got to do. There's an argument. Your person really challenges you. Your person really challenges you, Leo, and you're very committed. You're like, I feel defeated, though. I feel like every time I come up with a solution, every time I, try to, make this work, or every time I try to figure this out, I just feel kind of like your person just lacks little faith, or is just non-committal. This will say something and not follow through. So what do they really want with this? Because this person is showing up as a very lovely, very, very nice energy, Three of Cups. It's like, we're friends. We got a deep soul connection. We've had good times together. I care about you. We share some happy times. I really want things to work, but your person here, just deals with their own lack of spontaneity or faith. So what do they want? And I'm seeing the Tower card. Right? Why the Tower card here? And I see the Page of Pentacles. All right, they're definitely wanting you to understand them a little bit more. They feel, like I said, Leo, you might be up against, you picked a soulmate that is challenging you. You picked a person in your life that you really got to understand. The Page of Pentacles and the Tower card. This person is terrified of movement, is terrified of change, likes things to move slow, likes things to, likes to know, have a plan, take one step at a time. And, I've got this beautiful, curious energy, the Page of Pentacles. It's like, it's like, I want to do this. I want to trust. I want to go. I want to have fun. All right. But they're not as, fiery as you, whereas you trust your intuition and you just go for something. You're just like, let's do this, right? And you have somebody who's very hesitant. And the Tower card, it's like they want things to be more stable. They want things to stay the way they are. And it looks as though you've reached some sort of completion, some sort of achievement. And you're like, there's so much more we can do. I want to be more. I want to have more. I want this relationship to go more. You know, I feel like we've finished a chapter. We need to move on from something, and we need to build something bigger and, you know, different. So I am seeing here that you're feeling stuck, and you feel like somebody really challenges you. You know, you go back and forth, and you just want to get to that Three of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, where we're really building something here and something new. And it looks like your person honestly wants to give this a go. I do have Earth energy here, and I have Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio with the World card, and I have Aries, Aquarius, right? Could even be a little bit of Aquarius. And there's just what's coming from your person is, I just need you to understand me more. They might even feel like you don't understand where they're coming from. So we do see the Tower showing up in your reading, and the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. So it does really feel like you're going through some challenges right now with your relationship. And it feels like a power struggle. It feels like we're at a standstill. It feels like, you know, you don't want to give up on this. You really want to make it happen. You really want to move forward. But it does feel like your person's got their foot in the, you know, and they're keeping you stuck in this place. And I don't think your person, you know, realized to what extent it might be stressing you out. But I am seeing that they want to make it work. They really do. You just have a different person's approaches. It looks like they just are afraid to trust, right? Your person's really afraid to trust. So what does Spirit want you to know? I see the Seven of Cups. There's so many possibilities with this relationship. You know, the Seven of Cups can be uncertainty. You might be sitting in this energy of uncertainty. You know, you've seen where this relationship can go. You've imagined. There's so many possibilities and options here where things can go. But what I feel like is you're dealing with the person that is afraid to make a choice. Somebody here is afraid to commit to, you know, they got a lot of what ifs. You know, what if this happens? What if that happens? And so this does feel like a soulmate energy, and there's potential for this to really grow and build depending on how dedicated both of you are, is what I'm seeing in the cards. But you are sitting in an energy of, you know, uncertainty, and I can tell that you're kind of feeling defeated. And this is what's coming towards you. So there could be some sort of heated argument or discussion around something. And maybe this is what you guys need to break out of what's been happening so that you guys can build. You know, it looks as though your person might just need a little bit of a nudge, a little bit of a push them, push them out there and say, you got to give this a chance. All right. So I am seeing here, though, again, I'm trying to clarify, your person lacks trust. Your person definitely lacks trust and is very fearful of the unknown, of relationship, of the commitment of this, of where this is going. And yet, at the same time, they don't want to let go of you either. With the Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, they don't want to let go of this connection. So you guys are really trying to learn how to compromise with one another, really how to work with this energy that you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who's either completely opposite sign of you, or just is here to really test this relationship. So let's take a look at Aries through Pisces and see if I can fine tune what's really going on here, and, see their thoughts, feelings, actions when it comes to the relationship and the potential of the relationship. All right, let's see. All right, so meditate on the sun, moon, rising, and I'm going to try and get as much as I can for each zodiac sign. You know, sometimes it doesn't always resonate with the reading I just did, but most of the time it's pretty like on point. But it'll tell me where this is going, and, take what lands. Leave the rest. If it's not yours, don't make it All right, let's go. And thank you, Leo, for an amazing season. I really loved the energy this year with Leo's, with your Leo season. I love this season. All right, Aries. Aries, we got the star, the feelings, the sun, and you, the world. All right, so Aries, you are their world. All right. You know, and then I get this is the end, and you're discovering the myriad facets of who you are. All right, so you might be going through a tower moment with an Aries, all right? This person thinks the world of you, very positive. You guys have done a lot of growing, learning with one another. There is potential for the two of you to reconnect. All right. You know, the sun card, you're the soul. I feel this soul connection with you. Maybe, you know, your paths, you're going down different paths right now. You guys are definitely helping each other learn and grow, but this is to be continued. If you're going through a tower moment, there may be some time lapse. You know, you may have to let things fall and then you rebuild and you come back around. But you have three major arcana here, so it's really kind of out of your hands. This is destiny speaking. Maybe it is time for you guys to work on yourselves and then come back together in the future. All right, because you guys are definitely a strong soul connection. Taurus, 7 of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the 8 of Wands. All right, so there's a lot of heat that happens here between you and a Taurus. You know, Taurus, you know, very defensive, kind of feels on guard, very protective of themselves. Maybe they feel like they need to defend themselves or that they feel attacked, you know, at times. You know, their feelings, the Wheel of Fortune, they just feel, you know, things are changing and, you know, they don't like taking risks, right? They're very hesitant and they're very passionate about you, but maybe sometimes you push or you've pushed them too far. You want things to move faster than they're ready to move. But they're very passionate about this, and I do see you guys moving forward, taking the next step. But you are dealing with a Taurus here that, you know, really does, you know, put their foot in the ground when they really want to create a boundary. And it could cause a block between the two of you if they feel defensive or feel like, you know, something's going back around again, or they feel like something's coming back up and they want to get off the hamster wheel. All right, they will put their foot down. But the good news is that the 8 of Wands, it seems like these little spats are short-lived between the two of you. I just need a little time. Your Taurus is saying, I just need a little time. I am seeing shadow work, emotional cleansing, spiritual growth, and emotional baggage. I'm seeing destruction and unexpected situations. So you may be going through a little bit of a tower here, you know, and it just feels like there's a block. But these things happen in our relationships all the time. It makes us stronger. They just need a little bit more time is what I'm seeing for them to take that next step. Gemini, 8 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, very interested in seeing where things go, but they need you to be flexible with them. All right, we're seeing 8 of Pentacles. You got a Gemini who's very focused on their career, their money themselves, all right? They like talking to you, but they'll talk to you when they can. They're very curious about you. You know, they get distracted easy, so if you're not hearing from them, you know, they get distracted easy. You know, they got a lot going on. It seems like they got a lot going on socially. Right, the 2 of Pentacles, they just feel like, you know, understand me or try to work with me here, right? Let's work together. We need to compromise to make this work because they are very interested in you. All right. I am seeing this was a fling, right? But the astrological transits favor you at this time. So again, you know, you might be dealing with a Gemini who does want to keep things more, you know, up in the air right now. We get together, there's a sexual connection there. You know, when we have time, we talk, but they're not giving you their full attention. And you might be wanting something more from them right now, and they're more dedicated to their tasks, to their other commitments. And that could be stressing you out, especially if you really want something more serious. Now, there is potential, but this could take some time with this one. Cancer, Knight of Wands, and we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Pentacles. So Cancer doesn't like seeing you hurting. They don't like seeing you upset. It looks like they want to fix something with you. They're very passionate about this connection. I am so sorry. All right. In the 6th house. So it does look like they really want to fix things. They want to heal. They want to make it work with you. You know, they don't like how things turned out. They don't like how, you know, they think you are feeling upset, or like the way things were, you feel rejected by them. They don't like that at all. It looks like they're coming back in to make it right. Leo, Ace of Cups, and we got the 6 of Cups, and we got the 3 of Cups. There it is, right? So you got a soulmate, you got love here. You know, we're very compatible, but we've got our ups and downs, right? I really care about you, right? You know, and I really do. You have a place in my heart, Leo, especially you with another Leo. Now, they may have been being superficial with you and not being 100% honest about who they are, letting you know their feelings, right? But that's about to change, right? Unexpectedly, right? They could surprise you. All right, it looks like they're about to bust out and show you who they really are and tell you how they really feel, because their connection with you is a lot stronger than they're letting on. Virgo, Ace of Wands, all right, you got their attention, all right, but they can't trust you, right? And the Fool card. So there's your Virgo. So a Virgo is like, I just don't know where things are going. Yes, I want to see things go. I'm very passionate about you, but my feelings are there's trust issues between us. And, you know, there's this non-committal energy. I feel like either, you know, they're looking at you like you're either afraid, or you don't have any faith in the connection, or you're non-committal. So it could be you as well. These readings can mirror. But I see so much potential with us, but we got to figure out what this problem is here. All right. I check on you from afar. So this person keeps tabs of you all the time. Now I'm seeing slow and steady. There's a lot of tests between you and a Virgo, and things are growing between the two of you, but it's definitely going to have its obstacles and challenges. Libra, Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Chariot cards. So Libra spying on you. Libra wants to make a serious offer to you. It looks like they're moving towards you. You make me want to be a better person. All right. So there may be, you know, some silence between the two of you, but they're changing. They've been doing a lot of soul searching and want to make plans with you for the future. All right. So things are about to get started with you and a Libra. Scorpio, 8 of Cups, and the Queen of Swords, and the King of Wands. All right. So it looks like a Scorpio feels it's best to move on. Scorpio kind of walking their own path, walking their own way. Queen of Swords is their feelings. They feel, you know, there's something, you know, that hasn't been honest between the two of you. Something was said between the two of you. And they're just feeling like the best thing to do right now is to walk away. Yeah, are they very passionate about you? The King of Wands is showing up here. So they have a lot of respect for you, and they have a lot of respect for themselves. It seems like you both have seen this come in, and you feel like it's the best thing right now. Let's see what these say. Friends or family disapprove of this connection. All right, so you really do have some outside influences, and you have a Scorpio that might be Sag cusper, where they kind of are, you know, they go on their own. They like their freedom, and they explore, and they like to travel and do things, right? So this seems to be common for this person, and maybe you need something more stable, but, you know, it's not necessarily a runner, but it's somebody who needs their freedom and to travel. Sagittarius, the 10 of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the 6 of Wands. All right, they want your attention, Sagittarius. But they are saying you got to give it time. There's somebody interfering in our relationship. So obviously a Sag, if the 10 of Pentacles, maybe they're in another relationship, or they have family to take care of, or business to take care of. So they are saying you got to give me time. You got to have patience. All right. We'll make it work. I am very much into you. All right. I'm very attracted to you. All right. So I do see that you will receive some sort of gift, and things will come into harmony between you and a Sagittarius. Capricorn, 8 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Capricorn's like, this is getting heavy. All right, they don't know what to do. They're kind of trying to look at how far you've come, and they're definitely invested, but they're also going or wondering if there's any more to do. What can we do? We can't seem to get on the same page. All right, so we are seeing, they feel doubtful, they feel upset, stuck, and there's a lot of pressure. They may feel a lot of pressure from you. And maybe they got something to say, they want to say it, and they could be holding back. The Seven of Pentacles says there's still potential, all is not lost, but right now I do see some heavy weight between you and Capricorn. I am seeing soulmate. All right, so sometimes soulmates, we can really do a number on each other. And I am seeing the impossible is possible. So there is still a chance here to salvage this relationship. Aquarius, the Moon card and the Seven of Cups. Aquarius doesn't know what they want. They got feelings for you. All right. And I've got, they look at you, they value you, they care about you. They know you want stability. They know you deserve stability. But something is changing with them. Their feelings. Give this a little bit more time. It looks like they're on the fence. They really have thoughts of you and thoughts of where this can go. But you're dealing with somebody who does keep their options open. And I dive in and out of relationships. So they can be a little unstable. And, this Seven of Cups gives me this, you got to make a choice and go with it. All right. No playing games here. And I am seeing dramatic change, shift in perception. All right. So there could be a tower moment here where somebody wakes up and actually makes a choice. So you may be surprised at what happens between you and Aquarius. Pisces, Three of Wands, Three of Swords, and we have the Five of Cups. Looks like Pisces is looking outward. Pisces is thinking, right now it might be the best that we separate and go our own ways. It feels really bad, but it feels like you can't get over something that happened in the past, or there's a lot of grief or sorrow between the two of you. It looks like they've got to keep, they're just wanting to see what's out there, maybe go discover what they really want, what they need. And there is potential here, but right now it looks like they really want to follow their own dreams. North Node here, life purpose. It looks like, Pisces is ready to figure out what they want in life. Our story isn't over yet, though. All right. So I do get that feeling like right now you might be separating, going down a different path, but this doesn't mean it's over. All right. So let's see yes or no with Leo. Yes or no? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Angel, Lisa. I can't see everybody else because I have to scroll up. I just want to say thank you. All right. I have a yes, and you have a King of Cups here. So some of you connect into a water sign or a Pisces. It's a real spiritual connection here, deep bond, right? And so there's a yes, and there's a lot of love here. I can just see that, my Leos, you're really up against a challenge right now. All right, the Moon card. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you. I'll be live with Virgo next. Powerhouse. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Leo, Sweet Stacy, Jean. You guys are awesome. I see you all. Variants here, and April's here. It says April. I don't know. It's April in the other one, but this one says April. And Leona and Merva. Hello, guys. And I will see you for Virgo. Love ya.